You talking to me? You talking to me? You talking to me? Then who the hell else are you talking? You talking to me?
You all know De Niro's quote from Taxi Driver. This is a telling example of what modality can be. De Niro goes beyond a mere neutral statement that would be, "You are talking to me." Here, De Niro uses the tone of his voice and his facial expression or body language to express, to suggest aggressivity, anger, violence. So, what is modality? A set of tools the speaker has to express his or to voice someone else's point of view about a fact, an action, or a statement. Thus, the speaker conveys an additional, if not alternative or distanced, meaning to the delivered message. As you've seen in the short clip, modality goes via body language and tone of the voice. It is also expressed by grammatical tools, that is, words that we call modals, and also a tense, that is, the modal past. The modal past is similar to the simple past in structure, but not in meaning. The modal past is not related to time, to yesterday. It does not express the temporal gap between the moment of speech, that is, the present moment, and yesterday. Let me give you an example. The present moment is, "You are listening to me," and yesterday is, "You were not." So, what does the modal past express? It expresses the gap between a given reality, for example, "you are young," and any virtuality that is not, example, "if you were old." You can call this supposition, unreal, hypothesis, conditional. The modal past systematically projects the discourse into a virtual context, most of the time considering that the action, concept, statement will never be. Here are two examples. The first one. "Today, if you were me, blah blah blah." This is pure vision of the mind, virtuality, as you are not me and never will be, nor vice versa. Yet, we may imagine such a situation, thanks to the modal past. Second example. "If she spoke Chinese, blah blah blah," but she does not. The temporal context is present. The virtuality of the imagined situation is expressed via the modal past. What happens when the context is past? Here the example. "Last year, she didn't speak Chinese, she only spoke English." Here, we're using the temporal past related to yesterday. If we want to suggest a virtual situation, that would be she speaking Chinese, we need to add the modality through the modal past, so that the verb bears at the same time the temporal past and the modal past. There is one tool for that, the pluperfect, or past of the past. In our context, it can be described as past of the modal past. And we can say, example, "Last year, if she had spoken Chinese, blah blah blah, but she did not, she only spoke English." To make this clear, we have "if she had spoken," which expresses hypothesis in the past, and "but she didn't speak Chinese, she spoke English," which expresses reality in the past. The modal past has one major effect upon the meaning of verbs. Because the considered statement is a pure vision of the mind, as a consequence, it downgrades, lessens, dilutes the verb of some of its semantic value, of its meaning. It is not an action I'm talking about, it is the dream of, the appearance of an action. This is very important when you apply the modal past to modal verbs. Let me give you an example. You all know the difference in meaning between may and might. The probability is lower in might. So, do two meanings imply two words? No, because might is the past, the modal past of may. So, using the modal past has reduced the semantic weight of the word may.